You're listening to Indie88. LA's Grouplove got their start back in 2009 and since have released 5 records, had a Grammy nomination, toured the world over many times, have over 1.5 billion streams, and 2023 sounds like quite a big one. Grouplove has a new label, a new album, a new tour on the way, and a brand new song you'll be hearing in just a few. And lucky you, Hannah and Christian from the band, join me in the studio now. How are you?
Good.
Happy to be here.
That was a great introduction. I'm feeling very, very good now.
When you hear something like 1.5 billion streams,
Yeah.
like even when I say that out loud, it's mind-boggling. How do you feel?
I honestly, it like kind of ricochets off me. Like that's not real.
Okay.
That's impossible.
That's a lot of love. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of love.
Do you want to talk about the new album on the way in July? I heard that you wrote this record, after leaving one label, but before signing on to another one.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that just sounds like really interesting timing creatively. So what was that like for you?
It was kind of like this full circle moment for us, and it reminded us of the process we made Never Trust a Happy Song, which is our first album, because we had a label, but there was really no pressure from them. They never checked in on us. So we had this freedom to just be ourselves. And with this album, we had this complete freedom just to make whatever we wanted to make. No one was trying to come in and hear what we were doing. So it was really liberating in this really cool way.
Yeah. It was a really beautiful process.
Yeah.
We were just writing, and then the album kind of sort of just revealed itself, which was the way you want an album to come to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We worked with a great producer named John Congleton.
Oh, yeah, no big deal. Worked with Death Cab, St. Vincent, no big deal.
He was so supportive and wasn't intrusive. He just helped make everything better. So that was really nice to have that support.
Now, did you work remotely with him, or were you all in the studio together?
No, we were in the studio for 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, 17 days, and we did 14 songs or something like that. So we were really productive.
I know,
which was fun.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Do you always work like that? Are you just always hitting the ground running?
Every album has had its own kind of personality and length of time, but I think that was really great for the way we work because we just came in and there was just this freedom there to make the songs better without I don't know, we just had a really nice amount of time in the studio where things didn't feel too serious and we weren't you know what, I'm going to redo my vocals or let's redo everything. We just were this is awesome, let's keep moving forward. And it made for a really playful, honest recording experience.
Yeah, it's nice to not think about thinking, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we just kept it going and just trusted everyone's gut instincts, and it was nice. And we had all the material from the last few years and writing over the pandemic, and we just came in with a great collection of work too.
Now, you were talking about kind of being playful or maybe not overthinking. There's a few things from the past, we're going to play Tongue-Tied and then come back and play the new track. But I've always wanted to ask you this since the day I heard the song. There's that kind of screaming at the beginning, that joyous, I'm going down a roller coaster.
Yeah.
And I've always wondered, A, where is that sample from? And B, at what point are you no, this song needs to start with this joyous
It's a
scream.
good question. That's us, all screaming in the studio, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't really remember
we were pretty high when we wrote that song. I'm not going to lie. And we were just having a really good time. I think that honestly the best songs come when you don't overthink them, whether you're super sad and you're just spilling out your heart in the moment or you're having an incredible time with friends. But however that song came together was just pure joy and just dude, we're doing it. We're in a band. We're in LA. We made the move. There's so much excitement and that we caught that in the song.
And you'll also be on the road with Pink this summer.
Insane.
Which is amazing. So, are you excited? Tell me about that. Because it's stadium tours. When someone calls you and they're like, hey, do you want to just go on the road with Pink?
Yeah, it was so cool because we played this festival called Ohana Fest last fall, and she was playing and the same night, and we were playing during our set, and we looked over and she was watching, and we were like, whoa.
No, I thought
I didn't see it.
I saw her and I thought I was hallucinating. I was why? I was is there Pink on stage right now? Over by our monitor guy. And then, we got word from her team that she wanted to take us out on tour. And it was kind of crazy.
It was cool. It came from her, and it was this organic kind of thing. It wasn't someone pulling us a favor, pushing for it. So that was nice.
Yeah, she's just seems amazing. And the idea of being on tour with her and Brandi Carlile, just so many wonderful women. And for me, I've been on tour with guys for many years, so I'm very excited about that. Yeah, it's pretty surreal.
Yeah, so I'm curious from just a nerdy production standpoint. When you go on tour and you're in stadiums and you're, playing an earlier set, there's all that production that's already exists. How are you going to change your show for this tour?
So we're already a 7-piece, which is a new thing that we started doing when we put out Healer, which we didn't tour because of the pandemic. But I think sonically we've grown a lot live because of that. And then visually, I do a lot of the art for the band, and I always like to think, like, what is the opposite of what's happening in, let's say, a Madison Square Gardens or something? How can you make our show stand out? And so we're actually going to build a smaller stage on these massive stages. And I think that will give a nice focal point for people coming in early to see our set. And it's going to be very handmade feeling, and I think that's exciting.
It's interesting to think about, just being in that zone on that stage, yet making it yourself and not getting rid of the DIY, not getting rid of that. That's kind of your ethos. It's just going to always be there.
Yeah,
always. And I think that's like that was kind of something we decided on really early on, is to always keep it like, no matter where we go. I mean, we're always growing and experiences are changing our music and stuff, but visually keeping it, that handmade feeling. So as we grow and the stages get bigger and I'm still hand painting everything, it's
wow.
I think this is the first time we're like, we should document this, that I like go and paint all these things and stuff, because now everyone loves to like see behind the scenes with all the online stuff, and I'm excited to do that.
It's good to know that that's something we can look forward to as well, just like the creation and the execution of this amazing, basically, art piece and art performance at once.
There's a great art piece too that Hannah created that's in the Hello video. That's really fun.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I want to talk, before we get to the nitty-gritty about the track, I want to talk about the album title for a second, because it's quite a statement. It can mean a lot of different things. I want it all right now.
Yeah.
So what are you getting with? It could also be a title track. I don't know yet.
Do you want the cliff notes, or like I can tell you why we? So we named it "I Want It All Right Now." The first track on the album is "All," and I think when you hear that, you'll get a sense of, it's sort of like just how the album starts. But I was painting our album cover, and I kept saying, "I want it all right now. I'm going to need to talk about this. Like, it makes so much sense to us." And I started seeing this silhouette around my body, and on the outside of the silhouette was like things that I want. I want more friends. I want new countertops. I want better clothes. I want to make more money. I want to fly in first class, all these things. And then I went inward and I was like, I want it all right now. I want to be a better mother. I want to be a better wife. I want to be a better sister, a better friend, a better activist, a better part of my community. And then I went in even more, and what does I want it all right now mean? And I was like, I want to feel purpose. I want to feel loved. I want to feel needed. And then I went in again and I said, I want it all right now. And I just felt love. And I realized the album is really that, and that I have it all. And so the album is really about this push and pull between what we think we want and what we already have. And that daily battle of the outside and then the inside. And we really take you through that journey on the album.
Is it a concept record in that regard?
A little bit, I think, yeah.
Maybe accidentally it became that, yeah.
Accidentally.
Or we realized there was just that line through it. And really the album, the first few tracks are us sort of resisting going inward. And it's this need from the outside, need for, gratification, need for things and friends. And then there's a sudden shift in the album where we're like accepting that a lot is how we perceive the world, how we see ourselves, how we accept love, all those things.
We kind of just surrender midway through and slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
Just something, we all, I think, grapple with today.
So I'm trying to think of Hello. Is it song 4?
Song 4,
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I didn't know that.
Always,
Yeah, nice.
4 is a good one.
Where's it going? Yeah, you got that?
Yeah, I feel victorious. Well, because it's interesting, because this whole song in itself, to me, felt like a journey where you kind of have all these questions in the beginning, but there is that resolution.
Yeah.
Can you tell us why? First off, why did this song represent kind of the first taste of what's to come?
Yeah, well, I think this was the last song we recorded, and there's some sort of freedom when we thought the album was done. So for us, it was the last day in the studio, and we were just messing around. And
we never had any intention of recording it.
Yeah,
Just
this
like,
was just
we had extra time.
This was just like a really rough demo me and our drummer Ben had and kind of just pocketed. And then Christian was like, let's pull that up. Let's listen to that. And Christian went and wrote the chorus like very quickly. He just identified with the lyrics and this idea of like loneliness. And the music that we were building as a band around the lyrics were so like opposing. It's so joyful. And then the song is really about I'm alone. Like I need to connect. Like, can people look up from their phones for a second and like connect with me? And I think that just kind of resonated with all of us. And there's just that back and forth between the sonics of the song and what we're saying. And it became really playful. And so it makes you feel good when you're singing along to sort of a sad feeling.
Yeah, when the tempo doesn't match the sentiment.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of those, like, there's not, what I'm trying to think of, remember Gary Jules did that cover of Mad World? And it was like, I'm not sure if you know it.
No,
okay,
no,
anyways,
no, but
it's
maybe,
the perfect example.
Yeah.
But if you're like, this is like an 80s dance song, and then you slow it down, and it's like the saddest song, and you're like, oh, well, now I know.
Even that just brought up Whitney Houston's I Want to Dance with Somebody. I really never listened to the lyrics, and she's so like lonely in the beginning, and she just wants to get out on the dance floor and like feel a connection.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
She's like waiting for the sun to go down because she feels so like alone.
That's awesome. So, yeah.
And also kind of like at the end, though, you do have that kind of like, okay, like much like you were telling your story about all the things that you had thought you wanted, and you realized what you had was kind of the important stuff.
Yeah, I think this song is a really nice like portal into the album because it gives you it. I mean, it feels like Grouplove, you know, but there's like it's Grouplove 2.0.
So we were talking earlier about Tongue-Tied and the screaming at the beginning. So at the end of this track, there's just like this sweet little like pretty great, and I hope it makes the radio edit.
Oh yeah.
Why? So why do you like to keep those little things in there, like the little nuggets?
I just think it's nice to like show a little personality of the band beyond the music and like what happens behind the scenes. Because we were like, should we take that out? And it's like I think it's me like being self-deprecating. Like, that was okay, right?
You're like I could do that better.
Yeah.
Let's do another. It just humanizes, you know, it's a big sounding song. So at the end, to just hear a singular voice just being like, pretty good.
Then you hear John very faintly goes, no, that was great.
Yeah.
Like, really quietly.
Yeah.
So that was nice. Yeah.
On this record, again, we don't have it all just yet, but I do hope if you're able to. I know the Pink Tour, you and Brandi Carlile will be playing, I believe it's July, and the first date is in
24th,
Toronto.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, so no stress
Here.
if you can't make it here, but hey, you're going to be in town.
Yeah.
We would love to make it here.
Okay.
Yeah. We opened the tour in Toronto. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It might be a big day, but I'm a little nosy because we haven't heard the whole record yet.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, would you ever put out is Hello the most fun song to play because it's so joyous?
We played it actually for the first time like 2 days ago at a festival in Florida. It came together really quickly when we were playing it. We're like, oh, it had this nice bounce to it.
Okay.
But we got a bunch of bangers on the album, I got to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a fun album.
Okay. Good to know. Well, we look forward to hearing more of it. I feel like we could talk forever, so we're going to get to the tune right now. Thank you so much for coming into the
Thanks for
studio.
having us.
Thanks for having us.
And
Nice
we
to
look
be back.
Oh yeah, welcome back. And we look forward to the new record. And of course, let's get to the latest from Grouplove. Here's Hello on Indie88.
Hello. This song's called Hello.
Nobody sees you through, so you run, and it's not enough for you. Carry on, there's only one life to lose. So what are you gonna? Hey, hello, I need to see see your smile. Help, I'm alone. Can I find some time? 'Cause nobody's talking. When will you ever find yourself inside? You feel like someone else. When will you ever find yourself? Yeah, only in the morning when I have my cup of coffee. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Hey, hello. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Hey, hello. Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Sick.
All right.